morning for all these children that are here today and be with them all day long and guide them and keep them safe. Hopefully they will want to know you better and come to you and ask you for the help that they need. And Lord, thank you for the beautiful weather you sent us lately and the cooling down, and hopefully you will send us some more rain, Lord. All these things we ask in your precious Son's holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning. Welcome to Leadership Breakfast at First Baptist Church. Once again, we're in the first half of the 5th chapter of Mark and using Mark 5:17 as our focus verse. And that's where we are in the story today, where these local people in the area where Jesus had gone hog hunting, they began to implore him to leave their region. So let's look at what led exactly to that. How did that happen? And we talked yesterday that this man that is completely filled with evil spirits. The spirits referred to them as themselves as a legion because there were so many of them. And this legion of spirits had begged Jesus not to cast them out of the country, out of that area, but to let them go into this herd of hogs. And yesterday we talked, those herdsmen of those hogs, man, it was early in the day. They were up on a hillside, as the Bible describes, and looking down at the seashore. And those herdsmen, they've seen the boat arrive. They've seen the people get off. They've seen those people encounter the crazy man. They had words for that man, didn't they? They made fun of him. They had some derogatory labels that they could label on him. This crazy man was famous in the area. So, they were sitting up there like you would be, maybe like I would be, and going, man, let's look at this. Yeah, this is country theater this morning. What's going to happen when this incredibly strong, crazy man that can break chains and irons, what's it going to be when he encounters these city folk that have just landed down here? Oh, let's see this. Next thing they know, their hogs are headed downhill straight for the sea. Just like that. Well, these kind of go, oh! They run off to town to tell what they've seen. Because, when that man encountered Jesus, when that crazy man encountered Jesus, they could see a change. They just, that quickly, they could see a change occur in that man as he encountered Jesus, because he didn't try to rip Jesus limb from limb. He didn't try to throw rocks. He wasn't doing it. He changed. And then the next thing they know, their hogs are running off into the sea. So they run in town. Of course, all the town people come out there. And here they are. The town people come out there. Verse 14, their herdsmen ran away and reported it in the city and in the country. And the people came to see what it was that had happened. They came to Jesus and observed the man who had been demon-possessed sitting down, clothed, and in his right mind. The very man who had the legion. And they became frightened. Those who had seen it described to them how it had happened to the demon-possessed man and all about the swine. And they began to implore him to leave their region. How are they putting all that together? They valued the pigs more than they did the life of that man. Jesus had taken away from that little community, he had taken away one of their major problems. That everybody that came to visit this town that landed on this shore, first thing they encountered was this crazy man coming out of the cemetery. Not much of a tourist attraction. So the people see that, they're afraid. They're afraid of that change. And that's where we are. You know, we were talking about one of our brothers this morning that, you know, he's afraid to change. And adults, I mean, it's not just unique to you young people. Adults afraid to change. Looking for a reason to give up. Trying to make excuses for their actions.
Amen.
Just as this whole town of people, they saw the change, they knew what happened, and they were afraid. And they asked Jesus to leave. But tomorrow, we're going to see the reaction of that demon-possessed man. We're going to encounter the beneficiary of all of this. Cindy, you want to pray us out?
Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the privilege of starting our day with these young people. Bless them and be with them at their side as they make their choices. Be with us as we go about our day. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Woohoo! It is Wednesday. Almost there.
And guess who plays baseball tonight?
Don't Caroline. Don't
If it doesn't
Caroline.
rain. Mr. Samuel, I need you to go with me.
Here you go, I got your plate. Good to see you. Good day.
There's Reese's. They're probably, there's one, there you go.
Well, of course.
I know the same way. In the bottom is Reese's and Skittles.
Ezekiel, have a good day. Vontae, have a good day.
I'm going to see my buddy. I'm going to call him this morning.
Ezekiel, you want some candy?
How long you been in there? Or when did it happen? My poor baby. That was a good message this morning, Ronnie.